Top 10 luckiest people in the world. If someone asks me which superpower I will choose, my answer would definitely be luck. Well, for some people, getting lucky might mean winning a small lottery or maybe getting a good deal online, but today we will show you 10 people who made fate look more than just a philosophy. From people cheating death to surviving a lightning attack, we have everything for you in this list of the top 10 luckiest people in the world. So without wasting any time, let's dive deep into the video. Number 10. Lena Paulsen. Lena Paulsen, a Swedish woman, set aside her wedding ring in 1995 to do some Christmas baking. But when she went to put it back on her finger, she discovered it had vanished. After years of searching, she and her husband concluded that the ring had been lost forever. That is, until 2012, nearly 16 years later, when Lena discovered something in her garden. You would think that she discovered her ring lying in the garden or buried under the soil. No. While Paulsen was pulling up carrots, she discovered her long-lost ring wrapped around one of them, an event so amazing that she let out a scream that her daughter could hear all the way inside the house. Despite the fact the family had been gardening for many years, there had been no sign of the ring. This time, they just scattered the seeds randomly, and luckily one of them fell near the ring. Number 9. Edwin E Robinson. The chances of being struck by lightning are 1 in a million. However, these stats are meaningless for the one who had to suffer the strike. Would you believe me if I told you that being struck by lightning can also be fruitful sometimes? I don't think you will get some superpowers, but what happened to Robinson is no less than a miracle. Robinson, who was blind and deaf, was walking in the field swinging his aluminum cane while looking for his chicken. When it started raining, he took shelter under a tree, and then it happened. He was struck by lightning and fell to the ground. He lay unconscious for 20 minutes before waking up and then somehow went back to his house, where he went to bed for a well-deserved nap. However, when he awoke in the evening, he discovered that he could see and hear again. Please don't get inspired by this, and don't try to get yourself struck by lightning. Number 8. Bill Morton. When Bill's car collided with a truck, his body was crushed because of the impact. Everyone, including the doctors, thought it was the end of the road for Australian Bill Morgan. He was declared legally dead for more than 14 minutes before being revived and surviving after only 12 days in a coma, even after his family removed life support. But his good fortune does not stop there. To commemorate his survival, he purchased a scratch-it card and won a car valued at 17,000 Australian dollars. When the local news station learned about him and his good fortune, they were so impressed that they featured him on their show. They asked Bill to reenact the scene by scratching another lottery ticket. It is hard to believe, but he again won a hopping $250,000 during that live show. Number 7. Anders Hellstrm. Skydiving is a dangerous activity in itself. There are a lot of risks involved in it, but if you train and stay careful, what can go wrong? Norwegian Anders Hellstrm ran into a complication. When he was hurtling towards the Earth, a meteorite was heading straight for him. And this wasn't just a story he told his friends to make them question his sanity. The entire encounter was recorded on video. A geologist later confirmed that a meteoroid had exploded approximately 20 kilometers above Hellstrm, and the video was the first ever of a meteorite traveling through the air after its flame had died. Number 6. Morton de Jone. If Bill cheated on death, Dutch cyclist Morton de Jone did it twice. It is well known that your intuition can sometimes be correct, and it can give you an idea of what will happen in the near future. But how do you explain the case of Morton de Jone? Morton avoided death twice in 4 months. He was supposed to be on flight mode 370, which went missing and was never found in March 2014. He had also reserved a seat on the MH17 flight, which later crashed, but Morton had it rescheduled at the last minute. The next time he decides to reschedule or cancel his flight, he should tweet or something so that other people who are not extremely lucky can also follow that. Number 5. Terry Priest. Oysters are a popular fine dining item, loved in restaurants and by home cooks for their flavor, texture, and sometimes even price. Terry Priest is more than in love with them now that she has discovered a pearl in one. Terry Priest beat the 1,000,000 to 1 odds by simply buying a few 49-pence oysters from Tesco, as most customers do. She's about to relocate to Spain, and her friends from where she worked turned the pearl into a 500-pound ring as a farewell gift. That ring serves as a constant reminder of her good fortune. Number 4. Tsutomu Yamaguchi. What are the odds of surviving a bomb attack? Pretty low, right? Well, Tsutomu Yamaguchi survived not just any bomb attack, but a nuclear bomb attack, and not just one but 2 nuclear attacks. You might say that he was unlucky to be present at the bombing site both times, but if you look at it from a different angle, he is the only person in the world who has survived 2 atomic bomb attacks on Japan. Yamaguchi raised his voice against nuclear weapons and technology. Yamaguchi lived to the age of 93 before passing away on January 4, 2010 at his home in Nagasaki. Number 3. Jona Ginther. Did you know that your chances of winning the lottery are 1 in 200 million? These stats mean nothing to Jona Ginther, as she won the lottery 4 times over the course of her life, confusing scientists everywhere. And it wasn't just small wins of $20 or $50. Each time she received multi-million-dollar payouts. It all started when she won $5.4 million, only to win another $2 million a decade later. She won a $3 million lottery 2 years later, followed by a whopping $10 million in 2008. Are you jealous of her? So am I. Number 2. Fidel Castro. When someone is hated and loved by millions across the country, an assassination attempt should not shock them. But what would be shocking is more than 630 assassination attempts to kill a single person. Yes, you heard it right. According to Cuba's counterintelligence agency, Fidel Castro has survived over 630 assassination attempts. Several of these were planned by the United States CIA, numerous mafia members, his own mistress, and many, many others. Fidel has survived poisoned cigars, radios laced with LSD, exploding cigars, hidden poisonous hypodermic needles filled with lethal concoctions, and a whole lot more. Number 1. Nichiren. Nichiren was a prominent Japanese monk who influenced the Japanese adaptation of Buddhism during the 12th century. His life was filled with controversy and upheaval. He was sentenced to death by beheading because the authorities believed that his writings would undermine their power. However, by a literal stroke of luck, Nichiren escaped his doom when the executioner was struck by lightning and killed as he raised his sword to kill Nichiren. Nichiren was later released due to the strange circumstances, but he remained exiled. He gathered a following and rose to prominence as a religious figure in the country. This shows that even a sword over your head cannot even cut a single hair of yours if fate is on your side. So this was our list of the top 10 luckiest people in the world. Who do you think was the luckiest of these? Do you know anyone who is as lucky as these people? Let us know in the comments section. You can share your lucky stories with us, and we will pin the best comment. Do give this video a like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to watch more amazing videos like this, and we will see you in the next video.